Hey everyone, it's that time of the month, and none of you know what that means because I've not made a video like this before, but it's comic update time. I'm going to start making videos like this whenever I update the comic, just because I feel like the comic is why, at least initially, a lot of you subscribed, and I haven't really been talking about it as much other than in passing occasionally in videos, being like, hey, go check it out, that kind of a thing. But we're going to be doing a good old-fashioned, voiceover over some comic pages being colored and just talking about the process and where I'm at with the comic and the project in general. As usual, as I often say, if you want to check out the comic, there is a link below. There always is in every video, and I'm going to probably stop saying that so much, especially because these comic updates are coming out, because I don't want to be annoying and just be like comic all the time, even though it is super important to me. It's kind of, other than YouTube, the main artistic thing I'm working on, my main art project that I started last summer. Well, I really started it last spring in the writing, but it started, making pages in the summer of last year. But yeah, if you want to go check out the project, it's on Webtoon. It's kind of me. You can follow me making the comic, basically as I make it over there, as I make pages. I post them over there, and then eventually the goal is to either self-publish or find a place to get it published. Most likely self-publish, but we'll see what happens. I haven't really tried to submit it anywhere or anything like that. But anyway. Let's go ahead and jump into the comic coloring. So here we are on page 12. We have page 12, 13, and 14, and these are just like Procreate exports in terms of the time lapse. If you don't know, I do all the inking traditionally, other than the panel borders, and do all the coloring digitally, as you can obviously tell here. This is a really fun page. I think, it's cool seeing where I was in the first couple pages of the comic, and now I really found my, I would say, my style, my comic making style, and it feels really good. I feel like I've improved a lot, especially just in panel composition and even character design and just overall since those first few pages. But here, just coloring, Crystal and Zemo, and usual kind of stuff. But this is a pretty cool page. It's a bit of a flashback to kind of who Zemo was in his past. Just a brief little panel there of him kind of in his final boss fight during his adventuring days against someone named the Iron King. It's kind of not really meant to be. It's like a little bit of a lore drop, I guess, of the world. I don't want to like super focus on it because it's not like necessary to Crystal and Zemo's story, other than showing a bit of Zemo's past and a bit of his relationship with Gallant. So yeah, it's kind of just a little snapshot of kind of where Zemo comes from, and then Crystal kind of giving him crap for like, wow, you're not like that anymore at all, because he's a little old man, and him kind of just maybe staying a little bit more serious at the end there, just saying, indeed, everything has changed. We're kind of getting into the portion of the comic that I'm most excited about, and that I was really thinking about when I was initially making it, where we're getting into climax territory where things are going to start to get a bit more action-packed. It's been a lot of dialogue lately, and exposition a little bit, just kind of setting up things to come, kind of who these characters are, getting hopefully the readers attached to them a bit more and their relationship together and all that good stuff. Page 13, kind of going into that next as I clean up some of the lettering, which I also do traditionally by hand, which I would say I'm okay at lettering, right? I'm not like definitely not a professional comic letterer, but I think gotten better since the first couple pages, where I had to redo them several times, redo the lettering several times. And now if I mess up, I just fix it digitally and don't tell anybody. But now so the secret's out. But just kind of continuing the journey there, Crystal kind of stomping out the campfire in the morning, and then them proceeding towards a place called the Old Colonies. And again, this is kind of bring a bit more information to the world. I don't really want to be shoving lore down your face, or down your throat rather, just because it doesn't really matter, right, to what they're doing. But I do like to have these touches there just because it makes the world feel a bit bigger, a bit more lived in. I do a lot of drawings of fields, and I think that's kind of ending pretty much with the next page here after this one, just because they were in a very remote location, starting at Zemo's tower. They kind of went through a little forest, and then now they're kind of back out into some of these like more hilly rocky fields. But now they're kind of getting into more of an urban environment in the next few pages, which is really exciting, because I'm just tired of drawing fields, and that's just what the world is like. This comic is from my D&D world, so there's lots of wilderness and open space, forests and fields and all that kind of stuff. So, and they're definitely not in a mountainous part of the region they're in, so it was a lot of, grassy field drawing and just trying to make that as interesting as possible, having a little, details on the horizon. And now this is to my favorite page of the update. That first panel is one, and probably the third and fourth panel are, three of the panels I think I'm most proud of in the whole comic. I used to really suck at architectural drawing, but I've been studying a lot of architecture lately in preparation for, this part of the story. And I think I did a pretty good job, especially for, really my first time, I would say, or second time actually drawing a fantasy city. I did a little illustration in the past doing a city for my D&D world, but in terms of this much detail and being like boots on the ground in the city, I think I did a pretty good job just of the clutter, especially, in a comic book style. It doesn't have to be as detailed, right, as like an actual illustration, a full illustration. But this is probably my favorite panel of the three, just because it's something different. You haven't really seen me draw anything like this before. And, I kind of haven't either. So the cool thing about this comic is like it's really stretching me and expanding my, I would say, skill set in art in general. And kind of doing comics makes you draw a little bit of everything, right? You need to know a little bit of character design, a little bit of environment design, color. You kind of just have to do, kind of everything. So it really expands who you are as an artist and all that good stuff. But yeah, super fun panel, super fun little collection of pages to draw. If you want to know more, feel free to ask in the comments and all that good stuff. I'm gonna kind of let this run its course here the rest of the way. And yeah, hopefully you're enjoying the story, hopefully you're enjoying the world. And you can see on the bottom two panels there, spoiler alert, potentially a threat to them, potentially someone related to them if you've been reading the comic, watching them through that window. So thanks for hanging, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of the coloring, and hope you enjoyed the little bit of a different video. But if you want to see more of them, I'm probably going to do them anyway just because I like doing this kind of thing. But let me know in the comments, and if you have any questions or anything like that, let me know as well. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and I'll see you when I see you.